What is up, y'all? So here is the 15+2 workshop. I literally just watched this video, thought I was doing a voiceover for 26 minutes, and I get to the end of the video, I totally forget that I didn't do it. I get videos done, I'm like, alright, cool, you know, I'm trying to find like the pause button up here or the stop button. I'm like, where the hell is it at? Well, that's because I talked to myself for the whole time. So pretty cool, pretty awesome I did that. Now let me go back, so I actually did what I wanted to do here. Show my gear and my talents before the run, instead of having to take a separate clip. Death Road, Meticulous Scheming, Azure Cloud Builds, Vampiric Speed. World Vein, Memory Lucid Dream, Well of Existence, Spirit of Preservation. Enduring Luminescence, Depth of Shadows, Blood Siphon, Vampiric Speed. That's way too far. Whatever. I'm good. I'm sold. I'm doing it. I want to see what the... There we go. Roaring 15 Cloak. 33. Damn, that's a lot of intellect. Death Throes. Sudden Revelation. Yada yada yada. So there's everything. There are my talents. So I did change my trinket out. I had an unused Obsidian Nightwing or Nightcloud, whatever it's called, for a trinket, which is really good. Single target damage, priority damage, and you get some mana back for it on a 2-minute cooldown. But I did a heroic raid before I did this run. I was able to get that Rathian trinket heroic, and that is such a good trinket. It's like 400 haste for 15 seconds, and it's normally up for about 50% of a run. That's insane. It's a lot of haste for half of a run. That's incredible. So here, this run, or this pull here is always tough. A lot of AoE damage going out because of the bomb tonks. And the bomb tonks should be your priority. The bomb tonks do the detonate right there. Ooh, got interrupted. Nice monk. That one goes off. AoE damage goes out. So for a pull like this, knowing it's a pug, a great idea to just atone everyone consistently. Just prepare for the worst pretty much. And that's kind of what I've noticed as Discipline, is just kind of prepare for the worst, and I've noticed my runs have gotten a lot better. Instead of me trying to save atonements to do more atonement or to do more damage through Sins of the Many Talent. So let me pause real quick. So these guys saying stand over here, right? So I guess some big brain bulb head nerd figured out the more things this hammer hits, it does more damage to something. I think this guy here. I don't know the exact details of it, but I do know this is supposed to be some type of like major bulb head brain play. I didn't notice it in time. I was trying to eat and get my mana. I couldn't beat the timer here, so I just said whatever, let's just do it. It's not gonna negatively affect it that much. So here we go, continue on. Yeah, I don't know how I got hit by that saw blade there. That is just... You'll see later in this video where I run face first into it, like I'm Mike Allstott running up the gut to the goal line. And I don't get affected by it, but the ones I feel like I'm right dead smack in the middle, I still get hit by the saws going around. You'll see. This is a fun fight, good fight. Grievous of the yin yang. This is what I'm talking about. Let me go back real quick. And let me pause. I don't feel like I'm too close. I don't feel like that's close, but not close enough in my opinion. compared to this right there. Like, I just ran through that thing. I just ran through it and nothing happened to me. But what Daddy Blizzard says is what happens, I guess. So yeah, this fight here, not too many people took AoE damage, but the truck thing we just killed, the vent flames is just AoE damage out the ass. That right there, I don't know why I got knocked by both of them, but I just got used and used and it didn't feel good, but life goes on. This is me checking right now. Oh yeah, well, I won't pause it for that. I was just checking to make sure this was a key I needed. So when we started the key and I knew it was a workshop, I consciously read workshop 15. I'm like, okay, I need a workshop. I click it, put the key in, and it's workshop. And I'm like, what the hell? I thought this was about to be a junkyard. I almost left. But then that's why I checked. I'm like, wait a second, is this the one I need? And it turns out I did, and good thing I stayed because this turns into a +2. I think we beat it by like 10 seconds or so, but +2, 15 workshop. On a Grievous week is not bad. If this is tyrannical, I don't think we would have timed this because bosses in tyrannical are just a joke. Like a joke in a hard way, not a funny way, like not a haha, what a good joke. It's like, fuck, that joke sucked. So what I was saying earlier about that bulldozer, vent flames, a lot of AoE damage, which turns into a lot of Grievous trying to be healed off, which turns into a lot of fun for me as a Discipline Priest, and was what all I was trying to get at. So this here, the tank just pulls past the mobs are about to DPS, and then we just go back for them and DPS them. It probably worked out a lot better because of Sanguine. Maybe not on the Sanguine week, does it really matter if you pull all of them first and then go back to the obelisk? I don't know. I haven't tanked very much this, what did I just hit for 138k? Holy crap. That was big. Yeah, so we do this, then the boss. Because I think we're trying to save Lust for the trash pack, and I don't remember if we use Lust on the trash or not, but I know we don't use Lust here because of a 7 minute stated timer. Here, another big AoE damaging fight because of the flame bite, whatever it's called. Because tank gets it, so it's kind of, the tank takes heavy damage, magic damage. Or you dispel it, and then the group takes big bursts of AoE damage. So that one to play is Powered Radiance. Do something, get all your atonements out, and then dispel. Sometimes I didn't do that because I thought the tank was getting too low, and I just wanted him to not take that magic damage. So I knew I'd be able to heal through whatever AoE damage went out after me dispelling. So I didn't do it every time. I thought at that moment in time, I just thought tank life is a little more important than waiting for me to set up my ramp. Blazing Chomp, that's what it's called, Blazing Chomp. See there, I had my atonements ready, and then I did my dispel, and it was not nearly as difficult to pull off. Another play I could have done. Right here, you see Purge Book is about to drop. I heal through atonement, I heal through damage, so I should have tried to get one more atonement out, let that tick, and just powered shield is behind here, and I could have healed this up instead of shadow mending. See, we're not getting any atonement healing, nothing on him, no damage. So that would have been a good learning experience there for me. Try and get one more dot, refresh the dot before none of us can put out any damage, and I could just let my atonement healing do the work for me. Live and I learn, I guess. So this is what I was talking about. We go back for the trash pack. It works out a lot better because you have more room to drop Sanguine now. We have the whole entire boss floor if we need it. We don't end up using it, but it is there if we do need it. That freaking Rathian trinket is just so useful. That haste for half the dungeon is great. For those of you that do not know, Discipline Priest, pretty much item level above secondary stats, but if you're looking at 2 equal item level pieces of gear, you want to go with the one that has haste and crit. Haste is seen as our best, crit is seen as our second best, it's pretty close tie. And then I think after that goes mastery and versatility are equal, or it might be versatility then mastery. But yeah, so if you're looking at 2 equal stats, or 2 equal item level, and you're looking at different secondary stats, haste and crit is your 1 and 2. And then verse and mass after that is however, I guess you decide to play your character. Probably get more usefulness out of versatility, honestly, versus mastery, but to each their own. So having that trinket that gives me my best secondary for half of a dungeon is so valuable. I see more value out of it for the whole run versus that obsidian trinket that is very valuable on single target damage and priority damage, and it does help me with mana. It's almost like a small Memory of Lucid Dream major. But to me, I'd rather have something be more useful the whole entire run compared to maybe 20% of the run. So that was my thought process. It could be wrong, it could be right. I just know that I feel more comfortable using a boost to my stats, and so that way I don't really have to worry about clicking something new. It's just like my pre-spells are what I use. My pre-spells are getting buffed by trinkets and just bonus effects. Normally I don't really like, I kind of settle into where my keybinds are, and sometimes if I have to throw in another keybind, I kind of like, wait, where do I want to put this? What feels comfortable? Let me try it out real quick, and then sometimes I might forget it's even there, and I want to get as much use out of it, even though maybe theoretically it would be better for me to use. But yeah, I usually prefer buffs, stat buffs, as my trinkets. Passives, really. Here's some pretty good AoE damage going out. This pull here, this whole pull really. This first one, and then the second one. The big guy, the third one, the third or fourth, I forget how many. He's not so bad, but these first 2 pulls is where a good amount of AoE damage going out. So good idea to keep atonements topped off on everyone the best you can. Do whatever you can to stun or to push, silence, because that Gigawild perch didn't really get. I don't know why no one's really interrupting those, but I guess they just wanted to challenge me and see what I could do, and I did pretty well. You know, no one died here, so I feel like I did pretty well for myself. I think we ended up having, what, 2 to 4 deaths this run. I don't remember exactly. I just did this one a few hours ago too, and I'm blanking already. Here, tell people to eat, like, just eat real quick, get rid of your grievous. But like I said, I think they were testing this pull, and I feel like I passed the test pretty well. There goes that fire mage doing fire mage things, that's always cool. What? Wait a second. Why is he healing so much? What do fire mages do that heal? I did not know that. Like, at all. I knew they could do awesome damage on, what, every 2 to 3 minutes? I did not know they can heal themselves that well. This is what I was talking about. Massive AoE damage going out. So keep those atonements up the best you can. I've cooldowns, I could have used cooldowns here, made it a lot easier for myself. Rapture. Could have Rapture, could have bubbled myself, and while I'm healing everyone else, I could have pain suppressed myself. That way I could have been healing everyone else. Could have been pain suppressing someone who's going to be taking the most damage. There's a lot of different plays I could have done there, but I just wanted to see what I could do without my cooldowns, and I made it through. But that's one of those things, like, use your cooldowns could have made it more smooth. It's smooth with that hectic pullout. But we survived. This is so great. I'm so glad they put that obelisk there, because this little mini game, running and hiding in these steam spots to go invisible and not get seen by the roving bots. That shit is just, it's cool, I guess, but when people mess it up for like 10 minutes, it's just kind of like, fuck. Don't really know what to say besides like, it's almost as bad as the Tempest Sepulus, the ball maze, where the balls are spinning around that center thing. You have to run through it. Oh, it's Tempest Sepulus. Oh man, what a joke. So you have 3. I didn't realize. Yeah, 3 mazes. 2 ball sets, and then the bridge. Good thing they put Obelisk in, man. This is such a great season. Season 4 is so good. This Nihilism round, this is awesome. Let's speak real quick about this. So we took Lieutenant from before the mini game all the way to the boss room, right? So the play here is kill them here, right? So now we got a portal to skip all of this, and then you can see where, right here. Here is the mob, the boss. So you can see where he's roaming around, and just wait for him to go, right? Wait for him to patrol away. Boom. Get out, and you're not in aggro. You don't even have to get out, you could wait. So I can safely get mana instead of doing what they did, but we're not in voice comms. So if we were in voice communication like Discord, it would have been a lot easier to say, yo, stay now with the realm so I can safely get my mana. But all is well, we do fine. So we hop out, kill him here, kill the boss, kill that thing. This is also its high potential AoE, so it's not consistent AoE. This could all be avoidable, right? Hidden Flames can be avoidable. These spinning discs, avoidable damage. The flower, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly how the flower works, but it goes down pretty quick. So this one here, out of all the 4 bosses here, this one provides the least amount of AoE damage. But it's also, like, that's good. We'll watch him just back that ass up into a spinning disc. Maybe he's into that sort of thing, I don't know. I don't condone, and I prefer not, as I'm healing, but he just threw that thing back and kept going until he hit something. So this is one of those, it's not massive AoE, unavoidable AoE, it's just very high potential AoE damage. Playing with a good solid group who does well with avoiding AoE, you can get more out of your Sins of the Many, do more damage. There, I barely got nicked. I messed up, but whatever. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about me messing up. That's a no-go around here. But yeah, so it's one of those very high potential AoE damage, and when it does go out, it does hurt. But this dungeon is 3 of the 4 bosses are consistent AoE damage. This is kind of a nightmare on Grievous, but I kind of own it. This group kind of owns it. It's awesome. Such a good, satisfying run again. So this is the play, right? So we drop this here, kill the boss. Now we have this as our graveyard. So you kill this boss, and this is your new graveyard here. So for whatever reason, if we wipe here, they reset, we respawn. And instead of respawning at the, how did he die? Oh, there it was. Yeah, ran the blue. Very good. You see, so he ran into bad killed him. He responded. And he's right back into the action instead of being where that flaming dog was at, and then wasting that time to run all the way back. So this is a really good play if you're a tank or anyone really. If you're in a group doing the workshop and you're doing a 10 and above, recommend to your tank. If you're not the tank, let's take this obelisk to the boss room, get out safely, prepare ourselves to kill the boss, and then do the patrol or the pack before the boss. That way you have this as your graveyard. He came right back into it and was able to pick up where he left off in TPS, topping charts. So good play right here. Jot that one down if you got a notebook handy, or just put it in your photographic memory if you got one of those. Yeah, very good play, very smart play. Let's watch this again. Is workshop broken? Not working as intended, or is that as intended? Like, I feel maybe it's just a center cone that does the damage and the effect, but I'm getting annihilated by the whole thing, and I don't get affected by anything. Cause I think that's a 7-second silence, something like that. But God bless me there, and nothing happened to me. We can go on living our lives. Go on to +2 this amazing key. This is a very fun run, very smooth run, honestly. Just felt like every pull we did was just was good. It felt good. Healing monks, to me, if I had to pick like a favorite tank to heal, or a least favorite, I'd probably say it's probably monk, just because they don't really have their own self-healing. Like, they don't have like, oh shit, let me lay on hands myself. Oh shit, let me pop a shield wall. Oh shit, let me frenzied regeneration. Or let me just be a demon hunter and do whatever demon hunters do to be like best at everything they do. They kind of just like, oh man, that was a big hit, I'm just gonna stagger it off. But it's just gonna come in as dot damage instead. So the damage is still there. It's just over time now. And maybe it's just because I don't feel comfortable healing the discipline. I mean, I think I feel like I have to babysit them a lot more, but they're good. Brew monks aren't that bad. But if I had to pick out of the 6, which in my opinion, out of healers, TPSers, and tanks, let's call them tankers for the sake of saying so tankers. Tankers are the most balanced, in my opinion. From Prot Warrior to Blood Death Knight and everything in between, every one of those tanks can probably do 21s and above. Maybe some will stop at 22 or 23, and some might continue 24 and 25. But I think you are safe picking any tank you want to play this season, and even last season. It's awesome seeing like how balanced they're able to make tanks. It's a tragedy how unbalanced like the healer quote-unquote meta is for the community. It's mostly community perception, but there is kind of a truth to it. That a Resto Druid can kind of do like 25s easier than a Holy Priest, right? Or a Resto Shaman. So there are truths to those, but I'm sure Blizzard is working really hard on it to fix that. But yeah, like if I had to pick one tank I don't want to heal, the least favorite to heal, it would be a Brewmaster. Just personal preference, really. But this guy was really good at his class. He was very good at doing his passive mitigation of just standing there taking hits to the face and staggering it off. Oh, there when I asked him, I thought we're at 94, because I could have sworn that normally when I run this key, oh, see you later, tank. When I run this key, it's by the time we land here, we're at 94 count, not after the pull. But I could be remembering it wrong. There's a very high % chance I am remembering it wrong, but that's okay. Like I said, we move on from that. We move on from my mistakes. So we're 97.5. That's it. Obelisk, and we go. You know, I wonder how often my body and soul talent really does help. But that speed increase, I wonder how much that really does help whoever I put shields on. Because I spam shields when we're running, because body and soul, whoever has, I think it's atonement. Either they have whoever has atonement or powered shield speeds up for, I think it's 2 seconds or 3 seconds run speed increase. Pretty useful. Pretty useful. So we get the rest of our count here from the obelisk, killing this lieutenant here. So take note of our timer here. Look at our timer. Again, granted it's not tyrannical, but 3 minutes to kill this boss doesn't sound very possible. We have less than 3 minutes. I think I'm gonna stop to ask for mana. Yeah, I even stop and ask for mana. Because at this point I'm thinking, okay, +1, that's good enough for me. +1's fine. Look at this. Those are precious seconds. Like, we just wasted probably 20 seconds for me to get mana and type. We pulled that at 2:40, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and we still +2 this key. Don't really know how we do it, but okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. I might have figured out how we did it. If you're following the mouse cursor, I may or may not have figured out how we did it. The mage bursted to about 125k. I mean, damage helps. This here is kind of where I'm like, I wish I could switch over to my Obsidian Night Claw, or whatever it's called. Whatever trinket, that single target priority damage. Here's where I wish I could have switched over, because I probably could have bursted to probably about 25, 27k at the start there, if I'd used all my cooldowns. If I'd have all my cooldowns lined up, I actually probably could have bursted 35k, honestly. But okay, so we did that in less than a minute. We did that in less than a minute, first phase. We have about 1.5 minutes to do the second phase. This is, I guess, kind of a 3-phase fight. 1 minute and 30 seconds to kill this guy in this form, and then when he hops out and he kills little gnome body. Mecha gnome body, I'm sorry. Mecha gnome body. Here I probably could have tossed the pain suppression out to someone. I think I ended up doing that. I don't remember who I gave it to. I think I just gave it to the tank just for like here, take a cooldown. But this is like, look at all this AoE damage for now, you know? This is just a big AoE damage output fight that anyone could have benefited from the pain suppression. And don't feel bad for putting on yourself, because you are the healer. Your job is to keep everyone else alive, and if you can't keep yourself alive, how can you keep anyone else alive, right? Oh, there you go, look. Speak with them. I paint up myself right there. Knowing I'm taking 40% less damage gives me some type of peace of mind for 8 seconds that I know I can start focusing, topping off the rest of my group who is just straight pumping this guy down. 1 minute and 10 seconds to do that. Look at that. And I don't know how to just crit there. Let me just go back and watch that. Look how close our timer is. Look how close. Look how close this is. Look at this guy's health. 2%. Oh my gosh. And then this here, 137k. I don't know what that was. I don't think that was a Purge of Wicked Dot. All these are, I'm on a global cooldown where none of these are being used. The only thing I can think of is my Gushing Wounds Corruption trait. Corrupt? It could have been that, or maybe Twilight Dev was proccing. No, then it would have continued. But there you go. +2 of 15 workshops. That was awesome. Oh, I don't think I talked about this right. Nope, not that. I'll get it. Third time's a charm, trust me. Here we go. This staff. Let's look. Don't worry about the indestructible, that's cool, but it's not the reason I'm pausing it. Haste, great. Mastery, not so much, but like I said, it has haste, right? So a good amount of haste. That's seen as Discipline Priest #1 secondary. And then just having more on level is good. But this is what I like, the on use here. Zap yourself for 35,334 nature damage, gaining 2,358 intellect for 15 seconds on a 45-second cooldown. That's great. I want it right now. Unfortunately, the druid doesn't give it to me because he needed it, which is pretty lame with him, but congrats, druid, if you're watching this. Hope you enjoy your staff. I feel like I would have gotten more enjoyment out of it, but it is what it is. I'll farm this until I get mine, and hopefully mine will be like Haste, Mastery, and Leech, and you can go suck at that one. I don't know. Just kidding. Congratulations. Good DPS. So, the reason I like this is because I'm running like an intellect stacking build, I guess. Because I'm running World Blade Major. So World Blade Major alone, if I get 4 shards, gives me about 5,200 intellect. This is usually where you see over here about that 5k, like the number up here. That's 4 shards, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this full bar, it's like 20 seconds, I believe. So all that, the 52 something, that's all 4 shards plus the on use 300% intellect. That would get me to about, I think 18, 19 to 20k intellect stat. Then I get my cloak 3,300, I think we said it was at the start of the run, about 3,300 for 15 seconds. That's another 22, 23k. I don't remember, somewhere in this run I was able to get to 27k intellect. I forgot exactly what lines up for me properly, but I can get up to 27k with my current setup. So, knowing I'm at like 27k, right, that I can get 27k, adding this in here, this 35k, that's not a lot of damage. I just pop a powered shield on myself before I use it. My powered shield is probably going to soak majority, if not all of that damage for 2,300 more intellect for 15 seconds on a 45-second cooldown. That is nuts. So I can get close to 29 to 30k intellect if all my stuff procs at the right chance or the right time, and I use my on uses on the right time. 45 seconds here, 1 minute World Vein way down here. You can get pretty good uptime on those and kind of have them overlapping too. That's insane. And the reason I like intellect, and it may not be meta, but it is what I enjoy, is because to me, intellect means you do more damage, which means you heal more through atonement. That is a Discipline Priest. Do damage to heal through atonement. So if I can get a high amount of intellect, that means I'm going to do high amounts of damage, which means I'm going to do a high amounts of healing through atonement, which maybe one day it'll be seen as meta, and I can kind of say, maybe I started it, I don't know. I've talked to some Discipline Priest streamers saying, hey, do you run World Trade Major? Have you tried it? They're like, oh no, I kind of like my Crucible Flame Major still. I like doing that burst damage. Like, yeah, it's cool and all. But it goes back to my Obsidian Nightwing or Obsidian Claw trinket versus my Rathian trinket. To me, Rathian is more useful because you get it for about half the dungeon. Obsidian Claw, you get it for maybe 20 to 25% of the dungeon. And it's better for like very specific uses, but to me, getting the stuff that's useful for more or majority of a run is more useful to me. So we'll see what happens with it, but yeah. So I do want to get this here. Someone actually in the guild mentioned this to me. He's like, hey, do you think this is worth trying? I see you run World Pain, I saw this staff. What do you think? Do you think stacking it would be good? Didn't know about it when he told me about it, honestly. So my first initial thought was, I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me look into that. So I look into it. I respond to him like, yeah, like that looks like it'd be great. Like, I want that. Thanks for letting me know about that, because I did not know it was a thing. So he said he got it. Hopefully he was able to try it out, and hopefully he'll let me know how it went. But yeah, I want this. Let's put it there. Yeah. Stop talking about it. final words, I want this staff. And that is it. That's a +2 chest, the 15 workshop. Thank you all for watching this video. I don't really have too many closing comments. I do have a 15 freehold. I have a 15 freehold I could do +2 chest, and I also have a, what else do I have? Oh, I guess, okay, 15 freehold +2 chest is the only one I have for another +2, but I also have a 15 Atal Desire +1, a 15 Underrot +1, a 14 TOS +2, a 13 KR +2, a 12 Motherload +2, and a 10 Cedar Rouse +2. I do plan on making videos for the freehold, the Atal Desire, and the Underrot, because those are all 15 keys. Like I said in my second video, 15 keys is kind of where I want to do them at, but if anyone wants to see what a King's Rest, a Motherload, or a Cedar Brow Discipline Priest point of view looks like, let me know and I'll make a video about it real quick. But I do plan on trying to get most of these done at 15 or higher, and hopefully get one for every single dungeon. That's my goal. That'd be great. So hopefully I get that done. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.